Hey everyone, Shasta here and welcome to another review video. In this one I will cover Hades, one of the first games to launch on the Epic Store's Early Access program. The game is developed by Supergiant games. You might have played a couple of their other games, maybe Bastion, maybe Transistor or Pyre. This is going to be a short, honest review, so do not expect any in-depth details of the game, story spoilers or anything else that can ruin your experience if you have not yet played it. The review will not have a precise structure, but I will go through the following aspects of the game: graphics, music, story, multiplayer aspect, gameplay, playtime, is it worth the price, and would I recommend it? I will not strictly have a positive and negative section, but rather include my feedback, criticism and appraisal throughout the review in all sections. Let us begin. Hades is a game which mixes the following genres in its gameplay: action, adventure, RPG, dungeon crawler, die and start from the beginning aspect. A lot of people say it is a Dark Souls type of game, which I will correct you that it is not. It does take the inspiration and has mechanics similar to the Souls series, but I don't think it is correct to say that one developer, that his game is a version of another game. In Hades, you take control of Prince Zagreus, who is the son of Hades, and you try to fight your way out of Hades' realm and rejoin the rest of the gods back on Olympus. The game has an action aspect where you have a couple of buttons for attacks, a dodge button and a special attack button. It is not very sophisticated in its attack patterns at the moment, there are no combos, but each of the weapons you can unlock and use has different capabilities and changes your overall play style. Using a different weapon will completely change your playthrough and force you to use different tactics and strategies even in the simple rooms of the beginning of the game. The game uses procedurally generated rooms and enemies. The variety of rooms is not small, but after a few playthroughs you will at least remember the layout of the rooms, although the enemies inside of them, the bonuses you get, the traps, the rewards and the secrets you will find will vary and be different every time. I presume that the more the game is developed, there will be more rooms, more varieties of them and more enemies to get into the rooms. From my current early access experience, the game has at least 40 rooms, and the only ones that are identical each time as a layout are the boss and mini-boss rooms. I find the current variety of enemies in the game to be at a good level and satisfactory for the amount of development and the state of the game. The fact that they can spawn in different groups and with power-ups, or as I call them in super versions, means you have plenty of unique fighting scenarios to deal with. Overall, the gameplay experience is entertaining and can keep you occupied for a good 20 or more hours if you are new to this type of dungeon crawlers. There are plenty of power-ups and upgrades to choose from, and invest into making your fights easier and different. As mentioned earlier, the game has a mechanic similar to the Dark Souls series. If you happen to die, you start from the very first room. There are no save points, no checkpoints, you lose every power-up you have gathered during the crawl and your coins, unless of course you have unlocked a certain heirloom to let you keep some coins safe for you upon death. The only thing that remains is your unlocked weapons, abilities and the darkness currency that you use in your room mirror to get new passive and active abilities. The ambrosia of the gods also remains after that. So in a sense, you have to be careful which rooms you choose to go to, which power-ups you get and how you approach enemies. The game is technically meant to be completed in one full run without dying, or if you have a couple of bonuses which let you revive and die 2 to 3 times or more, but they are hard to get or at least require a small grind. The system requirements for the game are not high at all, yet the game looks very beautiful. The choice of animated style graphics, which have a comic manga feel to them, is definitely on the right track. They give a gorgeous experience while you play, and even when you have 20 enemies on the screen with different attacks and effects coming at you, your PC will hardly feel any pressure even if you do not have the latest generation of graphic cards or CPUs. This in turn will let you properly enjoy the game and its story. Now, a very big plus for this game is that everything is voice acted. All the dialogues, conversations and cinematics are fully voiced over. It gives a very nice feel and compensates for the static character art that you see while the conversations happen. The music of the game is similar to other dungeon crawlers, although I was expecting it to be a bit more symphonic metal styled, and to my surprise it actually was totally different in a way. Do not get me wrong, music is great, it has a lot of pieces for different rooms and situations and will not get boring to you. Unless they keep it like that until the full game, but I presume there will be more music pieces added with future content as well. Okay, let's talk about playtime. The current version of the game took me around 12 hours to complete without going hardcore mode. For people who are not used to these types of games, to take around 20 hours to currently finish it. And this is hardly the full game yet. Considering one mistake can cost you to start from scratch, it might take you anywhere from 2 or 3 hours up to 40 or 50 to fully complete it. And the full scale is yet unknown. It might end up being longer, and future expansions and DLCs are also a big possibility. So let's get down to the point of pricing and whether it is worth it. The game is currently costing you $20, euro or your local equivalent currency. You can buy it through the link in the description if you have liked what you have heard up until now and what you have seen. I think it is definitely worth the price and you should buy it and try it out. You will at minimum get a good gameplay experience and pay half or even 1/3 of the price. I'm not sure whether the full price will be 40 or 60. This is one of the best early access games out there, regardless of its genre. There is plenty to do, to try and entertain you, and it is a lot more polished and complete than your average early access games. I think this may be due to the fact that Epic Store has a lot better terms for developers than Steam, but I will not comment further on that. Bottom line is, Hades is a well thought and executed game that deserves its money, and I highly suggest anyone watching this review to click the link down below and buy it. This was everything for this review. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to give it a like, as well as share me your feedback and thoughts down below. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Bandcamp, Discord and Patreon in the links at the description. And if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon in order to get notifications. Shadow Strider out. Take your time.